I've been invited to join a chess club. The only problem is that I've never played chess. At a recent dinner party, a friend of mine said he's been trying to get his daughter to learn the game because it helps develop critical thinking. He said he's carried this over into his life, making a move and then being able to anticipate the moves of others so he can have a counter move. During the recent eclipse, we were all in our position waiting for something. We were expecting the sun to make its next move. Edgar Casey says, one without an ideal is a wanderer. And if the idea is set on a material thing, it will soon play out and fade away. The most significant feature of the eclipse is that it wasn't sponsored by a corporate sponsor. It wasn't tied to a political message, and we didn't need to get a vaccine or a booster to protect ourselves from it. Perhaps the sunglass people came the closest to actually capitalizing on it, but most made the effort to buy the glasses willingly. We can look at things sympathetically and holistically. If we have 10 things, we can use two to make a point. But what about everything else? The eclipse was a singular event, and it was a God moment. The state is not our master, and religion is not our religion. We have a conscience, and God finds us there. Let's be on the lookout for more God moments. We can put aside understanding and questioning and trying to figure out our next move and just be aware of the moment. And that's the God moment that the eclipse represented. Welcome. Welcome to Illinois Bridging Awareness. I'm Stanley Smith. At Illinois Bridging Awareness, we've been on a journey for almost 4 years now. Many of us started out in connecting consciousness, and we're grateful for them for connecting us. Nobody owns our connections or our friendships, and many small groups continue to offer support and encouragement. Many came together in Illinois last year to create the Illinois Jural Assembly as a way to put awareness into action. I offer a weekly call for Illinois Bridging Awareness, and the Assembly offers 2 educational classes each month for new and existing members. On a Saturday call, we explore finding our way in this life and how to navigate illusion and reality. It's hard to be cast adrift at sea, the sea of life without a direction or an anchor. Those around us can help chart a course for good and for bad. Sometimes it's a little of each. It's not always so obvious. Probably the only thing scarier than this reality are the people who are so sure they know for sure which is which. Those of us on the Georgian calendar celebrated Easter last month, and the Orthodox will be celebrating it later in this month. It's not so much a time or a place or even a thing, it's more about a move. Religion tries really hard to make the death and resurrection of Christ a thing, but it's not. It's a move. Christ's first move was to be in community, and it still is. Whatever you're into, take a look around you and see if it's bringing you into community or driving you into isolation. It's not a thing. It's a position on the chessboard. Wherever you are socially, politically, or religiously, assess where you are and consider this an invitation to join us in conversation. Many of us have lived our lives believing we're in a conversation, only to realize later that we're simply involved in a power dynamic. Abuse involves a power imbalance. Either we're dependent, beholding, or subjugated for our sustenance and survival, or we dominate for our personal gain. In today's world, this is portrayed along the lines of race, sex, and gender. But no one is immune to this dynamic. It colors our entire reality. Like watching the eclipse through the dark, dark glasses. We defer and respect our abuser and are kind of rude and dismissive to nice people. Most of us would deny this, but when you look out at the landscape of our lives, you can kind of see it's true. We're in a tricky spot in this life. We have many, many more things than 10 things to consider, but we use two to make a point. But what about everything else? It's the difference between being sympathetic and holistic. Then we have to layer in the idea that we're on one side of the veil, separating us from God's reality, which is beyond our awareness. It's beyond the chessboard of our reality, which brings us back to the idea that it's more than just about our next move or making life a thing. It's about seeing it as an experience and being in community with all the parts of ourselves, which don't always add up, and with all the parts of everyone else, which don't always make sense. It's not an algebraic equation, it's a chess move without even knowing we're playing the game. If you would like to join us at Illinois Bridging Awareness, the Saturday call is every Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Time on Zoom. I will include my email in the description of this video. I'll be happy to send you an invitation. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.